I've recently been asking myself, as prices in the markets have been just not great, what's the difference between all the different NFT marketplaces, and what does a creator get maybe by posting on one marketplace as opposed to another? I went down a rabbit hole of really researching marketplaces, which has led me into
marketplace analysis.
So it led me down a different path. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about marketplaces, but I did come across this information that they pulled from DApp Radar about the top marketplaces. And what really caught my eye is, I don't think that there's any surprise that OpenSea is number one. They were basically first to market in the space, and they have just the largest audience, of course. I've never heard of this marketplace in the number 4 spot, Blockdo Bay. But what I did want to get into is Genie. Genie I am familiar with, and Genie is an NFT aggregator. So if you are someone who right now is trying to buy the dip, this could be a great place for you to come check things out. So when people talk about sweeping the floor, this is a great tool, because essentially how it works is it aggregates all the NFTs across multiple marketplaces for you to be able to purchase through here. What makes it so great is one interface, batch buy and sell, you save in gas, and there's more efficient routing. I could talk a lot about Genie, but I would need a lot more time to prepare. I'll share a link to this article that really goes into depth about the ins and outs of Genie and how it separates itself as an aggregator. But in the process of doing my research, what really caught my eye was the URL for this article. It's Mirror.xyz, and then it looks like there's an address hash in the URL. And so this is actually what I want to talk about, is this Mirror.xyz product. So a quick refresher, if you guys haven't watched a few of our other videos, you definitely should check them out. But I work as a product manager in Web3, and specifically I work in decentralized storage. So this definitely caught my eye for a very specific reason. I needed to know what was going on behind the scenes here. So I started to look into Mirror.xyz, which is what we have here. They are a Web3 toolkit for sharing and funding anything. I think this product is very, very cool. So essentially what Genie has done is they have taken the content, like they wrote this content, they're connected up here to Mirror through this wallet address. And that's how this content is posted. So they use this free, open for anyone, decentralized Web3 toolkit to basically publish this content out to their end users, which I thought was really, really cool.
Oh.
Yeah. And so
this is the first I've heard of this.
Yeah. So Luxpleave, you and I both could actually utilize this tool. I did connect my wallet, but I haven't done anything with it yet. And I'll show you that interface in just a second. But just publishing or posting content is really where this product starts. So they're showing some highlights of teams, projects, products, whatever, that are using their service here. But then there's different things that you can do. You can actually launch NFTs off of this. The content that you write, you can actually turn into an NFT. They give the ability to embed these NFTs from a payout standpoint. If it's multiple people behind the project, there's a payment split. And then you can also distribute tokens. Oh, and launch a crowdfund. So this is a great tool if you're trying to start like a DAO, if you're trying to start up some sort of project, you can really reach out. Tools already there, so you don't have to work on the development aspect of things. And you can really just work on building your community, giving them whatever you're trying to get them, whether it's information, NFTs, to get them to vote in a DAO. I thought it was just really, really cool. If anybody super cares, which I don't know if you do, I want to know where this information is being stored. I did not connect my wallet, but I can still access the dashboard here. If I connected my wallet, I would be able to go ahead and create an entry. Again, I haven't gone through this flow yet. I really want to, but I went through the thought process of, all right, I create this entry. It's out on the internet, but ultimately, where is this stored? Because it's Web3, it should be permanent, it should be immutable. Enter Arweave. I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about Arweave because I work in decentralized storage and they are kind of a similar product, but not, we're all slightly different. Arweave is the technology that Mirror.xyz is using on the back end to store all of this data. It is distributed. They did put together a pretty great little chart here showing how it works. It looks like they've got a network that they distribute all of the data around. I don't know if you have to pin it for permanence like you do on other comparable products like an IPFS, but I just thought it was really cool. So I thought that this was a great opportunity to kind of pull the covers back a little bit on other technology that's existing within Web3. And when I stumbled across this Mirror.xyz, I thought it was, just really interesting, and there's a ton of different use cases for it.
Yeah, I think it's easy to get really caught up right now in thinking that Web3 is all NFT JPEG art and forget that there are very innovative things being built for a new internet based
Yeah.
on, blockchain technology and Web3 principles. And it's definitely cool to see this stuff and to be reminded that, like, hey, there's going to be a lot of real life use case
Yeah.
things coming out of this that aren't just JPEG art. Like the JPEG art is the fun stuff that is the face right now, but there are
Yeah.
many
And
things happening.
I think it's almost a bit of a lesson. Like we always talk about Dior, do your own research. And this is sort of just, I guess, an example of that where, I started down the path of trying to determine what is the benefit to a creator in terms of marketplaces and based on what they're trying to solve, what is the best marketplace for them, which led me to Genie, which I was familiar with, which also as a creator in Genie here, it's not only just for people who are trying to buy NFTs, but you can go ahead and list your NFTs through Genie as well, and it will send it out to the different marketplaces, which is good. But then from taking a look at Genie, I don't know, I guess it's just because I'm weird and I looked at the URL and it caught my interest. But being someone who is heavily ingrained in Web3, especially in like decentralization from a storage aspect, I wanted to vet that this truly was Web3 and decentralized, which is why I started to look into Arweave, which I am familiar with Arweave, but it's kind of just doing my own research to be like, hey, if I was going to use this Mirror product, is it matching my expectations of just the ethos of decentralization? Looks like it checks out.
Good job.
Cool. Well, I don't know if you guys found this to be interesting at all. I get jazzed about content like this. If there are any other projects or products really outside of NFTs or Web3 in general that you'd like for us to explore or do a bit of research, I'd love to get into it because we're both working in a technical space and would love to help people maybe outside of NFTs just gain a better understanding of what some of the benefits are of Web3 and why living in a decentralized ecosystem benefits everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ask us any questions as well.
Yes, please like, it helps us out. And I know this is the annoying part of the video where you're probably going to drop, but you know the rest of the routine. Subscribe, follow us.
Do the things,
love us.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, guys. We'll see you in the next video.